program on WROI Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
It is indeed a beautiful Friday morning. We've got Todd Van Sickle hosting today. Tanner will be with us, and of course, our special guest is Skeeter Daugherty. Good morning.
Morning, Moose. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. It's Friday. The sun's shining.
Beautiful morning out there.
Yeah.
That's what I like this time of year. It's sunny like from before 6 a.m. to almost 10 o'clock at night.
I know. I'm still getting used to the fact that I'm driving to work and I can see sunlight.
You can get out and mow your yard even really late at night. Your neighbors might not like that.
No. The one definitely wouldn't like me out there mowing at 8, 9 o'clock at night.
But sometimes that's what it takes, right?
Yes, especially with a full work schedule and kids in sports.
And then you got swimming pool this weekend. It's going to be a hot, sunny weekend. Might be good time to go out to the public pool this weekend and cool off a little bit. Yep.
And it's going to be a good weekend. I mean, weather permitting, but hey.
It's summer, right?
Yeah.
Highs in the 80s, 90s, high humidity. This is what we look for all winter long, basically, right?
Yes, and then then it gets too warm and we go, oh man, I want winter back.
Yes, that's true. Well, good morning to everybody out there on Facebook world. We welcome Tanner and Skeeter with us today. We'll be talking a little bit about the power show that's going on at the Historical Society, and Skeeter will give us some good information about that. South Bend Cubs and Chicago Cubs are going to play before full crowds today.
I know. I'm excited for that one. First pitch, they're calling it Opening Day 2.0, and the first pitch is at 7:05 in South Bend tonight.
There's fireworks tonight even, I think.
Ooh.
And I think the Chicago Cubs are playing their heated, despised rivals, the St. Louis Cardinals. So
yes.
they have probably a big rowdy crowd there, too.
Yeah.
So South Bend Cubs play against Wisconsin. Timber Rattlers. That's kind of a strange name. I didn't know Wisconsin was famous for timber rattlers.
I didn't either.
So we got trivia today associated in honor of our guest Skeeter and the Power Show today. The question that we're coming up with, according to Tractor Junction, who is the number one selling farm tractor brand in the world?
Oof.
John Deere, Mahindra, Massey Ferguson, Case IH.
Okay.
I bet you Skeeter knows, right?
Maybe not.
We'll test you at the end. Got sports today with Tanner Lee. Tanner's joining us again.
Yes.
Morning.
Morning, Tanner.
Yes, local sports now have come to an end for the 2020-2021 season. The Rochester boys golf team yesterday came up a little short in the regionals. Regionals are now played at Sandy Pines Golf Course over in the North Jetson area. It used to be the sectional would feed into the Lafayette Regional, which would be played in Battleground, but that switched, I think, last year, maybe the year before.
Okay.
So came up a little short. Reese Rini led away with an 85 for the Zebras, but still a very good season for the golf team, and a lot of those golfers will be back next year. So and good luck to the seniors that won't be. Good luck in their future endeavors.
So is that a tough course then? Or it's new to them probably, right?
Yeah, it's different. It's a newer course. I probably opened up about 15 years ago or so now, but I enjoy playing that one. It's one that kind of meets my eye, but the challenge with Battleground is it would always be the longest course by far. Right. You would play a Battleground, and in the regionals, they made you play from the back tees. Ooh. Not even the men's tees, the back, what they call the tip tees. Sandy Pines, I'm not sure what set of tees they played from, but...
It was a great accomplishment by the boys team getting there.
Sure,
and scoring well.
Yep. Anytime you can be one of the 3 low teams in the sectionals to get out, or one of the low individuals, if your team doesn't get out, that's quite an accomplishment to hang your hat on. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
NBA playoffs still going pretty strong. I saw last night a few of the series kind of were shaken up a little bit. I saw the Bucks finally got a win over the Nets.
Ah.
So that series 2-1. The Jazz did beat the I'm blanking on who they played now, the Clippers. So they're up 2-0 in that series. And then you also have the Suns are up 2-0 on the Nuggets. And the Sixers and Hawks, I believe, are split at 1-1 right now.
Okay.
So still early on, but by this time next week, we might have a clearer picture on who's going to be in the conference finals.
Yeah.
NHL playoffs are going on. We do know the conference finals matchups after last night. I'm a Colorado Avalanche fan. They were up 2-0 in the series and lost 4 straight, including last night's game to Las Vegas, so they are out.
The Vegas Knights beat the Avalanche.
Yep.
Then.
So Las Vegas Golden Knights are now going to play the Montreal Canadiens. And then on the other side, you have the Tampa Bay Lightning and New York Islanders. And the Lightning won the Stanley Cup last year. So they're trying to defend their cup. And Montreal is trying to become the first Canadian team since them in 1993 to win a Stanley Cup. It's been that long since a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup.
It's amazing in the NHL world. You got Tampa Bay, doing well.
Yep.
Vegas is a relatively new team.
Yep.
They won a couple of years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And it seems like Montreal Canadiens, they should be the best ones.
You're
in
right.
hockey.
The Canadian team should be in it every single year. And
they made the sport.
and even the Islanders, you can argue they're not even the most popular team in their state.
Right.
Usually the New York Rangers. So it's interesting to see the parity there going on. In one NBA note, I should mention the Pacers fired their head coach, Nate Borgren, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. It's a really tough one to pronounce.
I have looked at that all week since they did that, and I have thought,
it's
I
a
am
hard
not
one.
announcing that.
He was only their coach for 1 year.
I thought the same thing when I saw Tanner's notes from
Yeah,
last night. I
I
thought,
should've
I'm glad
put the-
Tanner's doing
I
that.
should have put the parentheses with the correct pronunciation, but I didn't. I just decided to wing it. But he's out after 1 year. They thought they had too good of a roster to miss the playoffs, and that they don't want to go in a rebuild direction. They think they got a team that can compete in the playoffs, and he's not the guy to lead them there. So we'll see what direction they go. It sounds like they want an experienced head coach.
Kind of like the one they had, you mean?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know what direction this franchise is going. They need to pick up some pieces in free agency and through the draft too. So we'll see. Maybe we'll have an update on that next week or the week after that.
All right.
Got some tidbits here this morning, Paul. A lot of movies this week in the tidbits.
Okay.
Can you tell me on this day in 1982 what popular movie opened in theaters?
No.
How about E.T.?
Okay.
Yeah.
Bonus trivia for Moose today, right?
Yeah, and I failed. I didn't get options, so I kind of had to, just admit I don't know.
We'll try him on the next one.
Yeah,
then,
how about
Tanner.
this one? On this day, 1993, what movie opened in theaters? And I'll give you a hint. It set a then box office weekend record of $502 million.
I didn't pay attention in
Same
93.
Same director as E.T., Steven Spielberg. I'm really I'm narrowing it down for you there.
So I'm going to go Jurassic Park.
You got it.
There we go. Hey, there we go. I got it.
Jurassic Park was in the news yesterday as they're going to release another movie
Yes.
a year from yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see they've rode this Jurassic World roller coaster for a while.
It's all about the money. If
Yeah.
they can make money off of it, they'll find plots and stories to go along with it.
Even if it's just rehash from park to world.
Right. On this day in 2002, American Idol debuted on Fox.
Show's done well.
It has
does.
done well.
Some stars have done well from that, too.
That's very
Yes.
true. And even some people that didn't win the show.
Have gone on
Yeah.
to have successful careers.
And on this day in 2009, the World Health Organization declared H1N1 swine flu to be a global pandemic.
Really?
Yep.
I don't think it turned out the same way this most recent pandemic did.
I don't think so. And today is National Yarn Bombing Day. I looked it up and I still don't really know what yarn bombing means, but
I did, too. I looked it up. And it's apparently where you take yarn and you reclaim or personalize a sterile public place. Like you just cover like bridges with yarn and fire hydrants with yarn and make crocheted things and put them in fences.
Okay.
there you go. I'm glad Todd had the definition for it because the website I was looking at didn't.
Yeah,
Have a
I run
clean
into those too when I come across
picture of
things.
it.
I'm like, okay, explain what this is to me, and I get no answer.
So it's Yarn Bombing Day. Just put that in your memory
Interesting.
banks.
It's also Corn on the Cob Day.
Yes.
A little early for
Yeah, I was
Indiana
gonna say
right now, but
maybe next month would have been more
Right.
fitting in
Oh, yeah.
Indiana, but it's also German Chocolate Day. You a German chocolate fan, Paul?
Not really.
You know German chocolate cake or anything?
No. Just not. Doesn't really agree with me.
Fair enough.
I know I'm looking forward to Corn on the Cob Day. There's nothing better than Indiana sweet corn.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right. So, that's all I got this morning.
Okay, thanks,
Yeah, you're
Tanner.
welcome.
Upcoming events. The opening of the lake is tomorrow. Easy Street will be performing at the Moose Lodge, and there'll be a $2,500 drawing for $10 a ticket. That's always a great event with
Yes.
some parades and things like that, with boat
Oh, yeah.
parades. Any coverage from WRI out there?
Yep, we'll be Tyson will be out there live on the lake on Chris Brown's boat.
Okay.
So it'll be fun.
Just wear life preservers, things like that. Be safe on the lake
Yes.
this weekend.
Yes.
Be a lot of people out there. It's hot and sunny.
Oh yeah.
The Fulton County Habitat for Humanity has a new groundbreaking for their next build. It's going to be held noon next Friday, June 18th, at the corner of 7th and Fulton Street. That's right next to where they just finished a project.
Yep.
The public's invited to attend. That's always a good event because it's providing affordable housing that may not have an opportunity in the town.
Absolutely.
Have some flowers today. Congratulations to all the local 2021 graduates.
Yes.
High school, college, all the graduations are done now. So congratulations to all the hard work paid off, and best wishes on everybody's next steps.
Absolutely.
Also noticed some flowers too. Literally flowers when I came in.
Yeah.
Outside, the city's got their pots out and
Yep.
towering pots, and they look great. So thank
yeah.
you for the city for doing that. Or maybe the downtown. I should probably know who did that. Downtown Partners or. Okay.
I know the lady who did it, but
Yeah,
I don't know her name off the top of my head.
She always does a great job, though.
Yes, she does.
So, looking at money news today, the Dow was up about 20 points yesterday to over 34,466. It's down about 150 points for the week. But the good news is the S&P 500 rose to an all-time high yesterday at over 4,200. And that kind of shrugged off an expected inflation report, but so the Dow and the S&P are performing well. In a
Good.
separate report release, this is other good news. Jobless claims that ended June 5th came in at 376,000. That's the lowest total since the pandemic started.
That's great to hear.
That's good. We're turning the corner on that part of it too.
Yes, we are.
An interesting kind of little tidbit I found out about the business world and the economy. This is from the CEO of Chewy. Overall adoptions for dogs and cats were up by double-digit percentages during the pandemic.
That's awesome.
So
That is awesome.
That is awesome. And we got the Fulton County Animal Center here. If you're interested
Yes.
in dog or cat, they can help you out. First federal news. We have a special loan program going on now. There's a purchase special for all purchase fixed-rate sellable loans that are disclosed between now and July 31st. The bank will give you a lender credit of $500 towards standard closing costs.
Hey.
That's a big deal. Loans cost a lot anymore to get, and getting a $500 credit from the bank is a good deal. If you have any questions or interested in refinancing, buying a new home, see Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson. They can help you out in Rochester and Winnemac. We're open today from 8:30 to 5 and tomorrow from 8:30 to noon. You can always bank with us online with our mobile app, which is free to download, and our ATMs are open 24/7, and you can get cash pretty much anywhere in the country now with our MoneyPass connection.
Yeah.
With no surcharge. So that's a great thing. The bank received some great news yesterday from the Indiana Bankers Association.
Ooh.
Dick Belcher has been awarded their 2021 Leaders in Banking Excellence Award. The Excellence Award is a celebration of bankers throughout Indiana's history, both past and present, and the program honors those leaders who have helped shape the Indiana banking industry through permanent recognition in the IBA headquarters building. If anybody that's done that, Dick Belcher meets that criteria right there.
Yeah.
They look for people that are outstanding in banking, that excel in community service and civic involvement. And that talks about who Dick Belcher is for the community and the bank. And
Yes, it does.
He's well deserving of that recognition, and kind of like the Indiana Bankers Hall of Fame. That's what we kind of look at it as, and that's great for us.
Well, congratulations to Dick.
So like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see previous shows from here that Tanner posts out there. We're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 399927.
And that makes us legal.
Did I do the right number of nines? I think I did.
I think so.
Sometimes I go home, my wife says, you left out a 9.
There were 3 there.
Okay, that's good. Good. So I crossed that criteria today. Our special guest today is Skeeter Daugherty. Going to talk about the Fulton County Historic Power Show. That's this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Welcome to the show, Skeeter. Glad to have you here.
Glad you had me.
As we were talking before the show, you said there's lots of power equipment already coming in. As of yesterday, 103.
103 pieces of old antique equipment has already arrived.
So tell us about the show. What's going on this weekend out there?
Well, this weekend the show starts today at 10 a.m. It'll run until 8 o'clock tonight. Daily events, we'll have some corn shelling. We have a sawmill that we cutting lumber. We have gentlemen bring logs in and we cut the lumber for them, so it keeps the sawmill busy and they get their lumber out of it. We have featured family farm and a featured business also involved. The featured business is Wilson's Fertilizer right here in town. The Zent family has graciously volunteered to be the family this year and put on a nice.
That's great recognition for them. They've been helping out our farming community for a long time.
And they've got a nice display out there, so family and friends come on out and visit them. The family farm is Gone Family Farm out here west of town. They've got a nice display set up there, so looking forward to see their family and friends come out and visit with them and have a good time.
So I know there's some tractor pulls out there too, and some things.
Yes, we have different stages or different types of tractor pulls. They start this afternoon after 3 o'clock. We have a pull. It's called a team pull, where two tractors pull together, and then you have your single pull with different weight classes, and we have a powder puff pull for the ladies. And then a 50-50 pull, which is the tractor has to be 50 years old, and so does the driver, or older.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So I qualify now. Darn.
Do you participate in that then?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
It's always, yes, you can't go out there and not participate.
That's great.
We have food vendors. There's also a toy show in the museum.
Okay.
There's also displays, garden tractor displays. There's also vendors there selling antiques for the ladies to come out and shop through, and there's antique stuff there for tractors and things like that. So come spend the day.
The county's welcoming back the show because it didn't happen last year because of the pandemic, right?
Correct.
And so it'll be a great opportunity. Looks like good weather out there this weekend. Might be a little warm, but stay hydrated. And over 103 already there, so there's going to be lots of opportunity to walk around and see some pretty cool things, right?
Yes, and there's tents all along the path to stop and get water, Gatorade. The ladies make sure that everybody stays hydrated out there.
So how long has the show been going on, approximately?
We're over 15 years now.
Okay.
So it's we changed the date this year. We got off of Father's Day weekend, so this is our first new date. You and I talked about how far away people come. I got a call from a lady from Toledo, Ohio yesterday. She wants to come and watch the Lily Pearl Square Dancing Tractors, which is tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
I saw them at the county fair a couple of years ago, and so that's an interesting thing to watch. If you've never seen it before, I'd encourage people to go out and watch that.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
They have a lot of fun doing it too, it looks like.
Yes, we try to make it a family show.
So people from all over the Midwest are coming, it sounds like.
Yes.
Even them bringing the power equipment in, and then the guests visiting. So
yes.
That's good. It's a good benefit for Fulton County to bring more people in the community. And if you're new in town or this weekend for that, don't hesitate to come downtown and shop local and visit some restaurants. And also there's a lot going on at the Historical Society too, in the buildings and the grounds.
That is correct. The gate fee is $3 for 12 and over, and 11 and younger is free. So.
That's a pretty good deal. You can't do much for $3 anymore,
Right?
No.
And it helps support the Historical Society and the Power Association.
Yes.
You've been involved with that for quite a while.
Yes, ever since its concept.
Okay.
So
And what is your role in that?
today I'm the vice president.
Okay. But you've pretty much probably done a little bit of everything, though,
Yes,
right?
I have. I've been all
Okay.
the way through the chairs.
Yeah.
So
Well, it takes a lot to organize something like this, too, so...
it's a year planning. This year we call what we call featured tractors. So this year we're having two different featured tractors since we got canceled last year. We're having Oliver and Cockshut and Case IH Farmall all at the grounds this year. So we have two different brands coming in, and Looks like it's going to be a really good show. I've seen a lot of equipment come in yesterday that I had not seen.
Okay, so just so you know, Moose, that may or may not help you in the trivia.
Yeah, it may or may not.
So you need to be thinking about that.
Yes.
So with the tractor pulls going on, there's nothing short of anything. I mean, there's something for everybody out there, basically.
Yes.
And
There's kids games.
kids of all ages, from the young ones all the way up to the more senior kids, right?
Yes. Yes, there's kid games out there. We had borrowed the FFA's kids basketball chute that's in a wagon. And I seen gentlemen shooting yesterday. They probably haven't seen a basketball in 30 years. So it was fun to watch.
That's the thing about Indiana, though. Even once you're shooting a basketball, you're always pretty good at it, though, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess they are.
So, kids of all ages, he said the 50-50 tractor pull. That's interesting.
Yes.
You get a lot of participants in that one?
We get about 8 or 9.
Okay.
So it's just you don't win anything, just the bragging rights for the year.
And be able to show off your equipment, too. That's part of it, too, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. That's great. So I know you mentioned a steam engine might be out there this.
Yes, the expectation to have a steam engine come in today, and it'll be hopefully running our sawmill.
Okay.
And where the guys will be cutting lumber.
That's-
Sawmill.
That's something good for everybody to see. If you've never seen like a sawmill operate like that, it's interesting to see how that works out.
Oh yeah, there's the old equipment there. How they used to shell the corn and cut the wood and cut the lumber for your fireplace. We do that all right there.
So that's what the corn shelling is. Then is that you talked about that as we started out?
Right.
I thought maybe Moose and I could come out there and shuck corn, maybe. Or,
Well, if they come out and shell it by hand, we'll let you.
You can do that one, Todd. I'll supervise.
You have plans already, right?
Yeah.
So this is a good thing that happens in our community, and it's great that we're welcoming them back this year. And thank you for all your participation with this and the organization of it, because we're bringing lots of people to Fulton County, and even the residents here. You're welcome to come out and visit and walk the grounds. Stay hydrated. It's going to be warm.
Please do.
But that's a lot. At least 103 pieces of equipment in already, and more to come in probably today.
Oh yes.
And you can spend all day out there just looking at the various types of tractors. And what has piqued your interest of what you've seen out there before, of something new and interesting that you
Well,
didn't really
Oliver had
recognize?
brought some. They had some cleat track type tractors there, some mini tractors that I didn't think they made.
Okay.
So, and they got equipment there that you knew they made but never seen it. So it's really interesting.
I know that had some farming friends. Kind of collecting old tractors is a little bit of a hobby too for some people.
Yes.
And this is a great opportunity for them to bring out and show those off, and you can look but don't touch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Can't kick the tires and hop in and drive it like you can drive a car, but it's interesting to see all the.
Wanted to drive one.
Yes. Most of our members, they all collect the different brands, so we're all different. So.
Yeah, it seems like if you're a collector, you're pretty brand loyal. It seems like, right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. And there's always kind of the Hatfield and McCoys. Is red or green better, or blue, or yeah.
Yes, and that's when you get in the tractor pulls. That's where the battle begins.
Okay. That's why. Yeah, it's a good way to kind of settle that.
Yes.
That friendly dispute there and show off your equipment. That's great. So concessions that are out there, a little bit of everything, elephant ears, things like that.
No elephant ears
Okay.
this year. We got the junior leaders to be out there, and they're selling hamburgers and hot dogs. Then we have a company out of Goshen coming down. They have their brats and sausages and things like that. Kind of keep it light for the day. And
So if somebody isn't a member of the Power Association, how do they become a member?
well, you can contact me or contact the museum. It's a yearly fee of $15, and that gets you in and gets you to put the work.
That's pretty cheap too. I mean, you can't do much for $3 entry, then $15 to join the Power Association.
Right, and
And,
show off your toys.
yeah. So were you involved in the start of this? I mean, what brought up the idea of 15
Yes.
years ago or so?
It was, I mean, they've always had antique power shows around, and Fulton County never had one, and this group had gotten together and said they'd like to try it here, and invited me to the meeting with others. And so they had a meeting and decided they was going to try to put one together and put it underneath the museum, and that's how it all began over 15 years ago.
It's a great opportunity for the Historical Society Museum grounds too, because it provides opportunity. If people aren't aware of what they do, they can see that out there too.
Yes, the museum is open. You can tour that. The round barn's open. So there's also what we have a trading post where gentlemen bring in old antiques and sell them. That's in the round barn. So you'd be surprised what you find there.
Is there anything like a parts distribution? Because people are always looking for parts for old tractors.
There's
like
a few guys there who have parts for Internationals or Olivers, what I've seen so far. But if you need somebody making contact with somebody, put you in contact with someone to get.
If they don't have it, they can know somebody that does have it.
Oh yes.
There's probably a lot of opportunity for some bartering and some things like that. And
oh yes.
that's great. So we appreciate it. We're talking to Skeeter Daugherty today regarding the historical power show going on this weekend at the fairgrounds. The hours again on Saturday. Well, it's open today.
Open today, start to 10 to 8. Tomorrow will be the same. Sunday is like 10 to 2. Short day.
Okay.
So
You notice some times basically listed on tonight. There's the light and medium poles at 7 o'clock.
yes.
Then tomorrow at 1 p.m. the powder puff. What's the powder puff?
That is the ladies
Okay.
can go out there and take their tractor and pole.
Are there very many participants with that?
We get 5 or 6.
Okay.
But it's always a fun time because maybe they don't know how to operate a tractor as well as their husband or boyfriend.
Maybe sometimes better even. You never know, right?
So then you got me who's on the mic making fun of you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the
Oh,
best
so
part,
you're
right?
the master of ceremonies for the
I
tractor
try to
pull.
be, yes.
Then at 5 p.m. tomorrow we have the square dancing tractors, right?
That's at 2 o'clock
Oh,
tomorrow.
2 o'clock. I'm
Yes.
sorry. 2 o'clock. Then 5 p.m. is the heavyweight and team pull.
Yes.
So I'm a banker. What's a team pull?
Team pull is where you get 2 tractors the same size, maybe same power, same tires, and you're on a bar, and the bar is hooked to the sled, and you're on one side, and I'm on the other side, and the tractors pull together.
Okay.
So if you get off, then you kind of move like a seesaw.
That's interesting. A lot of activity going out there at the power show this weekend. And then Sunday there's the 50-50 pull.
Correct.
That's where the older kids get to participate, right?
Right.
Yeah. And that's great. Power show going on this weekend. Anything else we should know about the power show that's going on that we want to share with our listeners and pique their interest to get out and participate and walk around?
No, we have kid games. We got cornhole going on. We got some basketball. There'll be some tractor games on the track.
Okay. Well, if you don't have any plans this weekend, there's lots to do at the power show this weekend. Head out to the Historical Society grounds. $3 to get in. Lots of equipment out there to walk around and see. Lots of people just to mingle with. It's kind of nice that we can do that again and maybe see some old friends and just kind of shoot the breeze with people and enjoy the power show. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank
Skeeter.
you.
We appreciate your time and everything you do to help put this on and the organization to do this and bring more people into our community for an exciting event like this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Trivia. Bruce, had time to
Okay.
think about this.
I have been thinking.
Okay, let me get back to the question here. According to TractorJunction.com, what is the number 1 selling farm tractor brand in the world? John Deere, Mahindra, Massey Ferguson, Case IH.
You know, for years, everybody thought it was John Deere because that was the name that was everywhere. But I kind of have a little bit of insight on this because we've ran commercials for him. It was Mahindra.
You're great, Paul. Moose, you can't. Mahindra.
Well, I knew we had had commercials on for him, so I'm trying to rerun the commercial in my head from, like last year when they had a sales event in Silver Lake, and I remember hearing number 1, and so just went with
I
it.
think their tagline is something like number 1 selling farm tractor in the world. So
Something like that,
have
yeah.
a good memory.
I try.
You do your job well, Paul.
I try.
Well, thank you, Skeeter, for being with us today. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
And forgot to ask you the question. Did you know the answer?
I was going to answer John Deere because that's what I am.
Okay. Yes. People are loyal to their tractors, basically, aren't they?
Yes.
Words of wisdom for today comes from Jimmy Dean, an American actor. I cannot change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to reach my destination.
Those are great words of wisdom.
Inspiring.
Very.
Well, everybody have a great weekend. Go out and see the tractor show. The lake's opening this next weekend, right? Or this week?
Tomorrow.
This weekend, yeah. So lots going on in the community.
Yeah.
And thank you, Moose.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next week.
With those words of wisdom, this has been the First Federal Program. Join us every Friday at 7:30 on WROI Giant FM.